Thank you for viewing this channel. I hope you like, share, and subscribe. I need your support. This video is about Miss Rita's specialty dish. I have white meat chicken, dark meat chicken. I have shrimp. I have veggies. I have mushrooms. I have everything in this dish. It's a wonderful dish and it's very healthy for you. And I'm cooking the rice in the oven. So that's a different take on rice. It cooks a whole lot easier without sticking to the pan. And I know you're going to like doing it. You can do everything you need to do and let that rice be in the oven and just go on about your business. It's wonderful. If you're busy like me, you definitely want to try this dish. You can cook it on a Sunday and have it all through the week because it's enough for a lot of people. And it has a island twist to it because I'm using coconut cream. And it also has a little bit of the Asian twist because I'm using sesame seeds. And it has an Indian twist because I'm using turmeric powder and star anise. So it's a great dish and I hope you love it. I did, however, delete like one part of my footage. And that's when I'm taking the shrimp and I'm washing them and de-shelling them. So I know all you know how to do that. I'm sorry I did not have that included. I made a mistake some kind of way, but I promise you next time I won't. So the video will start out with me talking about the rice. And basically I have 1 pound of rice. You can use any kind of rice you want to. And I put it in the oven. I'll explain all that. The only thing that's missing is the actual footage of me peeling shrimp. So if you can do without that, please enjoy the video. And let me know what you think about it. And send all your suggestions, comments, and questions to the email that's listed. And I will be glad to talk to you. I thank you so much for viewing me. And you continue to support me. Please have a blessed day. Our rice already in. We have some coconut oil in here. It's about a ½ cup. I have about 3 basil leaves. I'm sorry, not basil, bay leaves in. And they look like this. They come whole. And I crushed them up a little bit, as you can see. You can take them out later. They won't dissolve. They'll turn like a dark brown. And then you can take them out when you get ready to eat. I have some star anise in here. And it has a licorice flavor, very good. So I have some of that in here. And I also have some garlic powder. I put about 3 tablespoons in. You don't have to put as much as I did. I put some freshly ground black pepper and freshly ground pink Himalayan sea salt. And I'm sneezing now because the pepper got me. It got me real good. And then I got some creole seasoning I just put in. I put about a teaspoon of that. And I put about maybe a ½ teaspoon to a teaspoon of cayenne pepper. You don't have to add some of these spices if you don't want to. That's what I like. You put what you want in it. I love these spices. They help. The cayenne pepper helps you to metabolize food better. And the turmeric I'm going to put in later is going to bring another boost to my metabolism. So I use these things because they really have a great health benefit. So now I'm going to add some water. And I'm going to let Mark hold my camera so I can get my water. Well, you know, first I'm going to put some coconut cream. And I want you to see the coconut cream. That's it right there. I'm going to put some in a bowl and add it with water. Because I like the flavor of coconut in my dish. Hold on 1 minute, Mark. Okay, so I reconstituted the coconut cream. Keep in mind, coconut cream has some of the milk and some fat in it, so you're going to have a lot of fat in the bottom of that can when you buy it. Keep that in mind. It won't bother you, it's good fat, but it will make a mess. So I'm going to add it, and it might be a little dark in color when you first open the can, but when you put it back with water, it'll turn back white. So it looks like coconut milk now. And I'm going to add it to my dish. I had about 8 cups, so I'm adding probably about 6 cups of coconut cream reconstituted to make coconut water or coconut milk. It's a thin, it's not as thick as coconut milk, so it's going to look like coconut milk. It's going to have the coloring, but it's also going to be thin like coconut water. So it's like a mixture between the coconut water and coconut milk when you mix it. So now I'm going to put it in my oven, and I'll be back in just a moment. Okay, so now I'm going to add some coconut oil to my pan. I have a nice sized pan, and I'm adding probably about a half a cup, maybe a fourth of a cup. Doesn't really matter. I like using it. I use a lot of coconut oil, a lot of olive oil, so when you see me pouring it, I'm just giving you a reference number. I don't really use measurements. I just cook like I feel it. Whatever God shows me to cook, I do it. And He definitely shows me how to do it. And Mark's now making sure all the oil is getting all around the pan. Thank you, Mark. And we're going to add our chicken first. So we have our chicken. It's good and cut up. I've washed it. And I'm going to add to my pan once my pan gets hot enough. And let it cook for a little while. Then we're going to season it and add our shrimp and all our good veggies next. Okay, so now I'm adding some chicken. The pan is getting hot really well, and it's not extremely hot. I don't want it to burn it or scorch it. I want it to be nice and cooked well. I'm not going to add all the chicken. I'm going to add some of it, and because I'll be removing some of this chicken as I cook it. I'll put it in another pan and then cook my veggies and other stuff. So we won't have everything all bunched up. I want everything to cook thoroughly, and I don't want the veggie cooked. I don't want my veggies cooked too much. I want them to be kind of crunchy when I eat them. So we're going to let the chicken start cooking, and I'll be back. Alright, so the chicken is starting to cook. You can see it bubbling right here in the middle. So we're going to let it go ahead and turn a nice white color. Now the chicken, like I told you before, chicken breasts will turn white. They will not brown really well. Chicken thighs might brown because there's more fat in the chicken thigh than there is in the white meat. So hence, white meat, dark meat. So if it's white meat, it's going to be white when you cook it. If it's dark meat, it's going to be dark when you cook it. And even the breast, with them having the skin removed, it still might be a little white too. But just make sure you get everything really done, because it is chicken. It's a carrier of salmonella. You do not want that. So please, please, please get your chicken cooked thoroughly. Now, as you see, the chicken's cooking really well, and here's an example of the thigh. The thigh is turning dark while the breast meat is white. So the dark meat will be dark, the white meat will be white. For all the people who don't know how to cook chicken. Now if you know how to cook chicken, I'm not talking to you. But I want everyone to learn how to cook this dish. It's a very, very healthy dish. And it's going to be a crowd pleaser. You're going to love it. Your family's going to love it. You can cook it over and over again. Do different variations of it. Add different vegetables and different kind of rice. You got basmati rice. You have all kinds of rice you can try. Wild rice, the saffron rice, just whatever you decide. So please try all different variations. Now the chicken is really cooking fast. It's cooking really good, and I love the color of it. And I'm just moving around the pan to get everything coated in my oil, number one, and also to get it brown. You know, I want it brown. So let's see here. We're going to let it cook for about 3 more minutes and see where we're at, and I'll come back. Alright, so Mark is taking over, and he's stirring up all the good chicken Thanks, Mark. Mark doesn't talk much, y'all. But anyway, I'm going to add some salt and pepper in here now. I'm going to sprinkle it in. It's freshly ground salt and pepper, Himalayan pink salt, and black pepper. And now I'm going to add some turmeric. A great spice, really healthy for you. It's a cancer fighter, I've heard. And studies show it does stop inflammation. So if you have a lot of pain from arthritis and things of that nature, joint pain, get you some turmeric in your diet. Alright, so now I'm adding some creole seasoning, just a little bit. Probably about, not even a fourth of a teaspoon. Because I already have some of my other dish, my rice. And now I'm going to do my garlic powder. And Mark's done an awesome job.
Thank you.
So now I'm going to put my garlic. Oh, I put a lot because I love it. So probably about 2 tablespoons of garlic powder. And he's going to let this, he's going to stir that up and let it cook until we get the right consistency we want for the sauce. And also until we get the right color for that chicken. The chicken was pretty much done when I put the seasoning on it. That's why I had to wait because I wanted to make sure it was done. I didn't want to put the turmeric on here and you don't know if you have the chicken fully cooked or not. Okay, so you can see the white meat is still white looking. The dark meat is turning dark. Alrighty, I'll be back in a moment. It's about 9 minutes, and as you can see, the rice is cooking really well and everything's dissolving. So I'm going to stir it up in a minute. And I'll get back with you. So the chicken is done. We're going to take it out. I'm using a slotted spoon because I want to leave all that good juice in the bottom of the pan and start the other chicken in that. Now I know you wonder, how am I going to know the chicken's done? I don't know. This is cooked probably about 10 minutes. And it cooked fast because I had it, thank you Mark for holding the pan. I had it, I had cut it up really well, so it cooks faster. That's another reason why I cut my chicken up. Now at this point, if you want to take this wonderful sauce out and have it as a dipping sauce or whatever you want to use it for, you can, but I'm just going to put my chicken in it. And add some more seasoning to it. And look at that beautiful color. That is gorgeous. Okay, now I'm going to add my other chicken. And it might splatter on you, so please be careful when you're in the kitchen with somebody else. I got Mark right here beside me, so I have to be really careful not to let it get on him. Okay. So like you said, moving around the pan. I would suggest you do this. I cook a lot, so things don't burn me quite as bad. I know it sounds crazy, but anyway. I'm back with my rice, and you see it's cooked beautifully. I'm just going to get a shot of my fork. Look at that. Gorgeous. Now it's not done, but it's cooked about 15 minutes. It'll be done probably in the next 3 to 5 minutes. And it's got a beautiful texture to it. Beautiful color. All the star anise rose to the top. All the bay leaves rose to the top. So I told you, you can take them out later. I'm mixing it back up because I really don't care about them being in it. I love the taste and the flavor. And Mark, I need you to stir up my chicken, baby. Mark, stir my chicken up over here. He's cooking, y'all. Alright, now I'm going to put the rest of my coconut milk in, which I had 8 cups. I told you I put about 6 in to begin with. Here's the last bit of the coconut milk. Alright, so that's 2 cups. At this point, you can add some more water with yours if you want to. I think I will add a little water for coconut cream, which I've turned to coconut milk. is reconstituted, but it is thick. It's my oven going off, saying it's everything done is not done yet. Wait, 380 for, we're gonna do 5 minutes. Okay, so I'm adding 1.5 cups of water to my rice. I'm just stirring it thoroughly. And see how easy that was to cook this rice? You don't have to worry about it burning. It cooks perfectly. And I put mine on the bottom rack in the oven. And I'm going to add all kind of nice stuff to this when I get done. Alright. I'll be putting it back in the oven now for another 5 minutes. Alright, so Mark cooked the chicken perfectly. As you can see, got a lot of juice coming out of the chicken. And I'm going to add some Creole seasoning, about maybe a teaspoon, a half a teaspoon. I'm adding some salt and pepper to taste. Freshly ground black pepper, not pepper, pepper, and Himalayan salt. I'm adding some more turmeric, probably about 2 teaspoons. And I'm adding some garlic powder. I'm going to put about 2 tablespoons of garlic powder. It's very good for you. It's a great antibiotic. You can take it when you're sick. It doesn't work fast as, you know, the traditional antibiotics, but it is a great thing to have around your house. When you start feeling yourself getting sick, go ahead and start eating some right away. You can take garlic capsules as well. They have a lot of those at different stores, different pharmacies, any kind of health food store you can find them. So now, I'm going to let it stir. I'm going to stir it around a little bit. I'm not going to let it stir. If it starts stirring itself, something wrong, y'all. Sometimes my mouth just don't work. It doesn't want to work right. So when you hear me make a mistake, just keep on watching. Ignore it. Ignore it, because I ignore myself. Okay, so we're going to give it about 2 more minutes, and then it'll be done completely. Okay, so now I've removed my chicken and my juices from the pan. I'll have a little residue left over. I'm going to put my shrimp in now and let them cook. I put about maybe 3 tablespoons of oil in here, coconut oil, and now I'm putting my shrimp. And this was a 61 to 70 count package. Alright, now I'm going to season these up right away because I like to do that with my seafood. Go ahead and put the seasoning in because it's hard to get them seasoned after they've been cooked. You just taste like salt. You want to taste the real flavor of the seafood. And I'm letting it cook, and we're going to add some garlic. And with these, I'm not going to worry about color because I know when they're done. They don't take very long to cook at all. You may not like that garlic to yours. I love garlic and mine. And see, some are already turning orange because turmeric was in the pan. My nose is so stopped up today. I don't know what it is. I think it's an allergy or something. Okay. So we're going to let these cook just a little bit, not long. And add some more coconut oil to them because I'll be adding my veggies now. Just a little bit. I want the pan to have enough oil in it. So I'm going to let these cook, and I'll be back in just a moment. Okay, so now they're done. As you can see, a telltale sign they start growing up and getting smaller. So they're done. I'm going to take them and put them on top of my chicken. And I'll be doing my veggies next. So bear with me. Just hold on 1 minute. Okay, now I'm gonna add my zucchini. I cut some zucchini up earlier. I also have some green pepper in here. I have 1 green pepper, 2 medium zucchini, and about 3 medium to small onions. Is how much you like onions is how you determine how much you put in here. I love onions, so I use the medium size. You can use small onions. Alright, so now we're going to let them saute a little bit. And all you need is a little salt and pepper with these to make them be a delightful dish. I can eat this by itself. I don't need anything else with it. It smells, oh, the kitchen is so fragrant. It smells so good in this kitchen right now. I wish you could smell it. Maybe one day they have smell-o-vision. I don't know. They have everything else with technology, so you never know. Alright, so I'm going to add my salt and pepper. And I have some more veggies I'm going to add as well. I have some cauliflower, broccoli, and carrots. And they'll go in with some green beans. It's a jumbo stir fry. But everything will get smaller as it cooks and all the water content is drawn out by the heat. So you don't have to worry. Don't think, oh, it's too much. No, it won't be that much when I get done. So I'm going to let this cook for a little while, and I'll meet you back here in a few minutes. So I got Mark helping me. He's got my phone. I thank the Lord for my baby. I love my son. And we also have a new son. His name is Micah. He's from Ghana. Hi, Micah.
Hey, Micah.
We love you.
Love you.
He's my adopted son. God has the spirit of adoption, and he adopted us all through Jesus Christ and his sacrifice. So why not adopt someone else who needs love? So I just think God is wonderful, and I glorify him for everything he's doing in our life, even for the things he does in your life, because sometimes we don't recognize his blessings. So Micah is a blessing to my family, and I love him. And I just want to tell everyone that. So now I'm going to add my meat to my rice. My rice looks great. It smells wonderful. It's a lot of meat. One day maybe Micah can come with us and he'll help us cook. He says he's a wonderful cook. I can't wait. So I'm going to add all this. Mix it together, not add it. Mix it together. And no, I did not take my bay leaves or star anise out because I like to keep it in there. So I don't really care about that being in there. I take it out when I eat. And I can't wait to get inside this dish. It looks so good. The taste is going to be awesome. Amazing taste. Mark did a great job with the chicken. I just hit the phone, so y'all just ignore that. I'm trying to stir. I'm used to being in the kitchen doing my thing by myself. I sometimes let people come in, but I like to cook a lot. So I'm usually by myself doing it. Alright. The veggies look great. I don't know if I want to cook them anymore. They look great like they are. But I think I'll let them cook maybe about 5 more minutes, maybe less. No, I'll say 3 more minutes, not 5, 3 more minutes. And right now I'm just stirring everything around to make sure I get the salt and pepper on all my veggies. The veggies don't need a whole lot of salt and pepper because I put a lot of seasoning in my dish. And they'll have more than enough when they get inside this great rice and meat. I'm going to taste the rice now and see if it's seasoned well. Then I'm going to let Mark taste it. Mmm. Delicious.
Mmm.
Delicious. I think I want a little more salt to it, so I will add some more salt. It has a very sweet flavor from the coconut cream. I can't even describe it, y'all. It's so good. So I'm going to add some more salt and pepper. A little more cayenne pepper. It's on top. I have some baby corn and bamboo shoots. I'm going to throw them in now. You can saute them. I'm not going to saute them. I'm just going to mix them in the rice. It's going back in the oven. This is a great dish for when you're busy and you don't have time to cook all week. You cook it on the weekend and you're ready. Your whole family can eat for a whole week off this dish. If you have a small family, you know. For my family, I have 7 people living in my house right now. And so I have to cook a whole lot. I wish somebody else would learn. My son is learning how to cook. He's a great cook for his age. But the grown-ups, my husband cooks too, but he works. But the other ones, they like to eat. So now I'm going to do my salt. You can't see what I'm doing, but here it is. I put my salt in a blender, my rocket blender. And I'm going to, you don't have to tape it, baby. I'm going to grind this salt up. Alright, the veggies look perfect. Now I'm going to add some salt. It does not have enough to me. The veggies don't have a whole lot either. So one thing about this salt, it's good for you. It doesn't have anything. It's not going to cause high blood pressure because sea salt does not have iodine in it. So the sodium, it's got a different content than most salt, like sodium. We have a lot of sodium in other salt. Anyway. Okay. So we're gonna mix it. The veggies look ready. They look like they're ready to come in and join the party over here. Looks amazing. Okay, so let me try some of these veggies here. Got a green bean. Perfect. Okay, so now I'm gonna add my veggies to the dish. And I'm gonna put my pan back here. Put a little oil in my pan. The pan got clean, you see that? The veggies took all that residue off the pan. So you don't have to even worry about washing stuff like with that harsh detergent or try to use a Brillo pan because the veggies will cook all the residue out of your pan. So that's why I cook my meat first and my veggies last. Here's my mushrooms. I have shiitake mushrooms, which are these. They have a really neat flavor, like neat, delicious in all foods I've ever tried them in. And I also have some white mushrooms, which have been discolored because they've been sitting out waiting to get into the party. The party line was really, really long, so everybody had to wait to get in. So now, I'm going to let Mark just kind of stir these a little bit, not much. It's going to be kind of hard because he's trying to hold my phone as well. So I'll take the phone. Okay, so I'm back. I have my vegetables mixed. I'm adding my mushrooms. I just sauteed them lightly. I didn't want them sauteed too much. And now I'm going to keep mixing everything together. And I'll put this dish back in the oven. I just want everything to kind of melt together. I want all the flavors to marry and be happily ever after until I put them in my belly, y'all. Because it's going down. I'm going to eat them up. It's going to happen. It's going to happen. So I'm mixing everything really well to make sure all my salt gets to every piece of rice, every grain of rice, every piece of meat, every vegetable. I want everything to be flavored perfectly. So I'm turning it around, get the other side. And somebody's falling on my stove. It's okay. I'm tasting as I go. Okay. Okay, so I taste the spice in it. I'm going to add some more salt because I did put mushrooms and I did put some vegetables. And as you see, I'm just taking and shaking it. The salt is like powder now because I pulverized it with my rocket blender. I love my rocket blender. It does a great job of cooking. And I am a messy cook, so you see me dropping the pieces of food on the side of this stove. Ignore me. It's perfect. And you don't have to go through all this. I'm doing it because I like my food to be flavored correctly. So I just keep turning it till I feel like it's been done, it's finished. And as I told you before, me and the Lord have a great conversation while I'm cooking. And I feel the Holy Spirit leads me on how to cook my food because He has gifted me with the ability to cook anything I want. And I thank Him for that. I have a bay leaf piece I'm going to take out now. I see it, so I'm taking it out. Just because it doesn't have anything on it, just a piece of stem. So now I'm mashing everything down. Oh, it's so good, y'all. Everything's getting mashed. My God, wish you were here, baby. One day you will be. To taste this wonderful meal. Can't wait to see what you can cook. I bet you can cook too. You told me you could. I want to taste it. It's nothing like eating somebody else's cooking. Me and Mark love to eat it. Right, Mark?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so everything's good and ready. So now I'm going to put it back in the oven for about 5 minutes. Because everything's done. I just wanted to have flavor all the way through. And I'll meet you back here in 5 minutes. So we're back. We have the meal completely finished. Look at this beautiful dish. Now I'm going to add sesame seeds to my dish to make it even more exotic. And I'm going to get Mark to come over here and hold the camera so I can add it correctly. Thank you, baby. You're welcome. Alright, so we're going to add some sesame seeds. Sesame seeds make everything better in my life. I don't know about you. I love them. Okay. So now I'm going to plate my dish. So you see the dish is beautiful. The rice turned the color of turmeric, of course. Turmeric will color anything. That's why I wanted to add the rice and everything together. Let it get in the oven and marry and just become one. So now everything is greatly seasoned. And we're going to give it a taste. I'm going to get Mark back in here to taste it on camera. Hold on 1 minute. Okay, so Mark is here for to taste the food. Mark, go ahead and get some chicken on your fork with rice and veggies. Don't get too much, baby. How is it, Mark?
Delicious.
Delicious, huh? Look at the camera. He wants to eat. He don't want to look at the camera. Okay, get a piece of shrimp. Let's see how that tastes.
Mmm.
Good?
Good smell.